What is your will, my master?
Hey, what's up, Alan? Quick demo video for you for your Darkness V3 by SP Sabers and Props and Phoenix Props. And this was weathered by Sanitized Creations. I just got this yesterday. I got this done, and then I also got your side blades done that were in the box too. So obviously those will be coming with the saber. Install the Proffie. It's a 2-button setup. So your back switch here is what I made your power button. And then the bottom of the pillbox right here where you can see a little bit of that paint that wore off, and it'll do that the more that you use the auxiliary switch. It just does that. That is your auxiliary, right? Obviously, I just said that. But 3 sets of CC Sabers lit PCBs in here. So 1 for your main and then 1 each for your sides. And the guy over at Sanitized Creations put your grub screws or your blade retentions for your side blades on top, so that's where they're going to stay because that's how this thing was painted. How to get to everything is you want to do a few things really. First thing you want to do is take this back switch off, the silver one. It's on a magnet, so what you want to do is just take a pair of tweezers and pull it right off. You'll see the magnet right there. We'll pull that off. We're going to come over here to this wire and just pull it out of the clip. I cut it right there so it'll pop out. And then you've got 3 screws. You got 1, 2, 3. You got to take those out. It doesn't matter how you take them out. It does matter how you put them in though. And I'll go over that, after we start putting this thing back together, and I'll show you what I mean. If you don't do it a certain way, your auxiliary button won't work, right? So you have to do it in the manner that I'm going to show you. We'll take all 3 of these out. I got 2 out. You kind of want to hold the top shroud while you're doing it, because once you take all 3 of these screws out, the top shroud becomes free floating as well. All right. I'll take that 3rd screw out. Once we take all 3 of those out, we could just slide the handle right off. And then you could take the shroud off if you want to. It'll slide right off. And then just, fully exposed saber. So you can see your back switch here, tactile with the magnet on it. You come over here, that's your auxiliary switch. You get your Proffie board right here. This is adheres down to the shelf, but I designed this chassis in a way that you can get to your SD card and just pull it right out with a pair of tweezers. You don't have to lift the board. So SD card and micro USB access. And then from the other side there, you can see your kill key for your battery, or your kill switch rather, not your kill key. And you've got a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. All right, so that's what that's looking like right there. You got a single chassis retention screw, which is right here. We'll throw a battery in this guy real quick. The battery is a tight fit. You won't be able to get it out with your finger, but I'll show you how to do it here in a second. You're overseas, so this won't be coming with a battery, but this takes a 21700 key power. That's what I've got in here. So it snaps in there nice and tight. You won't hear anything obviously until we flip this on.
I pushed you in the desert because I needed to see it. I needed you to see it. Who you are.
Battery's all in, we're good to go, so we can start putting this thing back together. So we'll just put the shroud on. When you put the shroud on, just make sure that inside wire there is away from your auxiliary switch so it doesn't interfere with it. No, not a big deal. That'll clip on, right? And then when you go to put the handle on, you're going to see a notch in your handle right here. So that notch lines up with the pillbox area, and that's how that goes on. It only goes on one way, and it slides on. Now we're to the point where I said you have to put this on a certain way. Of the 3 bolts to put on, you need to tighten down the one next to your auxiliary switch first. All right, so that's what we'll do right now. And then after you tighten that one, it doesn't matter the order that you do the other 2. You just need to tighten that one next to the aux switch first. it locks in that pillbox right next to your switch, and then everything's good to go. What happens if you don't do that? You'll go to put that screw in, and it won't catch on the threads right, because you've already tightened up the other two sides, right? So that's what will happen, or that's the warning sign that you know that you didn't tighten it in the right order. But once we got all three of those on, we could take this wire and put it back in the clip, just like that, and then take your power button with the magnet and just throw it right back in this hole right here, and it will find its way in, right? And then we could hit power. They got your LEDs firing up like they should. Nice slow swing. You got auxiliary over here. Whoops, I turned it off. I didn't put swing on here. I just put twist off. I know you're going to get in here and do your own thing with your config anyway. Now, I'm just going to put the blades in here and hold them in to show you that each of the PCBs work. I'm not going to lock them down with the blade retentions. The very tiny blade retention for your main blade that goes in here, that's still in your box that the Saber came in. It's in a clear plastic bag so you don't lose it, but that needs to go in there. I did not put that in there, right? It's been kind of painted over. I didn't want to ruin the paint, so that's what we're doing there. But just to show you that the main blade works, so you can see that. And then each of your side blades, right? So we've got one here. Now when you go to put these in, they just go straight in, lock them down. Fire it up like it should. So we'll put this one over here, and then this is your other one. So that one's firing up like it should as well. And then we'll put it in over here on the other side so you can see the other side firing up too. Just like that. So all the pins are working like they should. And then when we're done, we want to just take that main switch in the back out again with a pair of tweezers. And then we want to take those 3 bolts out again. So we'll do that real quick. And we'll go over taking the battery out, which is really easy to do. On these 3 bolts that hold everything together, if you wanted to go and get ones that are just a little bit longer than these, that would work too, and it'd probably work a little bit better than these particular ones that your kit came with. If you got the neck size longer, then you wouldn't have to put them in a particular order. Okay. So we'll flip that wire out of there, pull the handle out. I'll show you that kill switch is working like it should. Everything fired up until we come over here and hit that switch, and it kills everything like it should, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing my tweezers. I'm coming over here from the positive side by the speaker, and then I can basically just pop the battery out just like that, and it will come out. All right. That's basically your Darkness V3. I've also got your Anti-Flex that I've been holding for you since August to ship with this guy. They'll both be going out in the mail to you Monday. All right. Thanks.